This is the Real Influencers podcast, real influence for real estate agents. So welcome, Billy. It is awesome to have you on the Real Influencers podcast. Thank you for your time this evening. I can't wait to hear what you've got to say. Can you start off by just telling us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your history?
No worries at all. Yeah, so I've been in the industry for 14 years now. I started at Ray White. I was there for 6.5 years. Climbed the ranks with those guys and got awarded number one for Ray White Victoria, and then decided to go out on my own. And yeah, so been out for 6.5 years now. So yeah, 13 years all up, and yeah, when I was at Ray White, I was pretty big into the databasing and got dragged on the talking circuit and talking about databasing and flying around the country and stuff, talking about all that sort of stuff. So yeah, from there I started my own company, and I've had a team of up to 17, and now at the moment, obviously with the market, just doing what I have to do.
Fantastic. Okay, so Billy, let me ask you a question. What's the secret? What's the thing, if there's one thing that you kind of go, do you know what, Marcus, I think this is the thing that's really made a massive difference and really helped me to create the success that I've created over the last, it's a long time, 13 years. What's the thing? What's the thing that you would put your finger on?
Oh, so many things.
All right, I'll give you more than than
Yeah,
one, buddy.
how much
3
time
or
do I have?
4 if you need. Yeah, one's never going to cut it, right?
It's not. It's not. Look, I would say repetition and consistency. Um,
What do you mean specifically by that?
so it's just staying in touch with people, and obviously keeping them up to date with the market, so that you can do that through databasing. And just staying in touch with them, just always keeping them up to date with what's happening and doing what you say you're going to do. I suppose when you're out there, when I started, it was my farm area. I just went out there and door knocked and met people, and then repetition there as well. I went back, did the whole door knocked the whole farm area, went back again, and start seeing you in your patch, and then you build up your name and your profile from there. Um, yeah, and I suppose being genuine. I think people these days more so can see through an agent that's not genuine, and an agent that's just going to talk rubbish and tell them what they want to hear.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. I was nodding away. You can't see me, obviously, but I was nodding away to what you were saying. And I guess my follow-up question would be, what type of consistency and what type of repetition? And you kind of touched on it there with the authenticity and stuff. Can you just be a bit more specific? When you say authentic and things like that, what do you mean specifically?
Sure. I think that sort of stuff comes down to, as far as paying them a compliment about their home or their garden, or just asking a question like, how was your day? Oh, yeah, it was great. And what part of it was great? Just going that extra step.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And I can see how it really helps agents stand out like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, I think essentially people just want to be cared about, deep down, and have people show interest in them and in their home.
Totally agree. And I think that is a really big kind of secret to success. Although a lot of people know it, they don't necessarily follow through on it. And they don't necessarily follow through on the next step. The thing you were talking about. So you go, hey, how was your day? Awesome, really good. What made it so great, or how was it so brilliant for you? Because that unlocks a little bit more personality about the person as well. Awesome. And any other
Yeah.
little secrets to your success? That was brilliant, by the way. Thank you for that, Billy. Any other things you'd like to
Oh,
mention?
most welcome. Most welcome. That is a good question. Being different with your marketing, doing something different, what I used to do. Actually, I didn't do it this year, but I did do it the year before. Um, is send out my to my client base a Valentine's Day letter to everyone. So males, females, and everyone, and I get a good response from that. Like that, everyone knows my personality, so they just have a chuckle. And I had a client where she, used to get it, single mother. She used to get it every year, and then she got together with a guy, and he used to call me her boyfriend, like just have a chuckle about it. Um, but she never forgot me, um, and they ended up separating. But it's something that's different.
Yeah. And I think that's really important. So I've got to ask, what did you have in your letter for both? Because I presume you weren't gender specific. You were just like, hey, it's Billy, happy Valentine's Day, whatever. I don't know what you put in your letter.
Yeah. It changes each year, but generally just hey, happy Valentine's Day. Hope you have a fantastic day. And on the back it says Billy loves, his wife Anusha, and family time and walks on the beach and scotch and stuff like that. Yeah. So not something that's just generic, and it's sent in a pink envelope because it was not a company branded envelope, because those that aren't in real estate mode throw out the ones that are branded. And if it's just a pink envelope, then you're going to have a much better open rate.
Yeah, that is a top tip. That's a really good idea. I love that. And you know what, as well? I think
Yeah.
adding in that component about you and the kind of things you really enjoy builds rapport without them meeting you,
Yeah.
or, well, they've obviously met you at some point in the past, but it keeps that rapport going. That's a really good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So the next question is about, I guess, how you sell, how you engage with those sellers in the listing meetings or buyers. And my question in a nutshell is, do you rely on features and benefits to sell? Now, hands up, I know you probably did to an
Yeah.
extent.
Yeah.
And what was it like when you were relying on features and benefits?
It's different. It's You get a different reaction. And it is a lot harder to differentiate yourself when you're selling on features, every other agent selling on features. But yeah, since I did the real estate influencers masterclass, just opened my eyes, just next level. Yeah.
Okay, so I love that. Thank you for that. Can I just tell you, can I ask you one thing?
Yeah.
You said you've noticed a difference, and one of the things that I kind of believe is that features and benefits helps you to be more like everybody else, not less like everybody else. And I guess one of the things that you kind of alluded to in your, secrets to success first answer
Yeah.
was really about how you can start differentiating yourself, how you can start taking that extra step, going the extra mile to, to stand out from your competitors and stuff. And I'm wondering, now I know you've been through the course, obviously, and now you have. What have you noticed that's different with the skills that you've gained? I didn't want to necessarily make it about the course, but this is a
Yeah.
generic question I'm asking everybody. But what's the difference for you? What have you noticed?
Yeah, that's fine. Just a different response to the way people react to the way I'm just communicating with them. It just makes things a lot easier. I don't know how else to explain it.
Does it kind of fit more with your personality? Because your personality, having met you, is very it's more than charming and friendly and confident. There's a sort of you're just you're just nice is such an understated
Yeah,
rubbish word to use, but you're
that's it.
such a brilliant person. You're so kind and charismatic and all of those amazing things. So do you find that kind of in a way, if you're that type of personality, the stuff that you
Thank you.
learnt on the real influencers kind of fits into that personality a little bit more than
Yeah,
trying to be features and benefits?
yeah. Like, oh my god, so much stuff, which I'm still learning and still implementing. But yeah, I wish I knew it when I first started. Like, great content. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you've definitely um, you've started to move away from the features and benefits kind of sales approach.
Yes. 100%.
And the impact has been what kind of thing?
Well, I haven't told you yet, but actually I've had my best month all year for the last 12 months.
Wow, that's
So
brilliant, bud.
yeah, and as I said, probably a month and a half after doing the course, I'm listing heaps more, and as I said, I'm probably gonna have to put on more staff to help manage with the opens.
Wow, I'm so pleased you've had such an amazing month.
Yeah,
Especially in this market, bearing in mind it is now, middle of July 2019,
yeah,
but it's also winter. I mean,
yeah.
this is not the time when people are listing particularly, is it? I mean,
No, exactly. Yeah, winter's generally a quiet time, and just had the best month ever. Yeah,
well, congratulations, Billy. That's
thanks, mate.
totally awesome.
Thank you.
I'm really pleased for you. That's really great. Okay, third question, penultimate question. Where do you see the market going in the next 12 to 24 months? What's on the horizon for the industry as a whole, do you think, across Australia?
I see the market probably increasing a little bit towards over the next few months. It should be a bumper spring, and I'd say that would continue up until early next year. And with any luck, it continues. Yeah, so I'm remaining fairly positive about what the market's doing. I don't think we'll see the boom we have over the last few years, but I think we'll see some consistency.
And is that to do with the federal bank putting down
Yeah,
interest rate? And so that's the knock-on effect there of those kind of economic levers, for want of a better phrase.
yeah. Well, I suppose for anyone that it doesn't know about the Australian market, the last 12 months, it's obviously been a tumultuous 12 months. We've had restriction on foreign investment, banking royal commission, and the federal election on the tail end of that. So it's, yeah, nobody's wanted to sell, nobody's wanted to buy. And all of a sudden, after the federal election, Liberal got in, and then a heap of buyers entered the marketplace, and then interest rates dropped twice. So it's like being the worst perfect storm and then the best perfect storm. So yeah, that's the market overall.
Awesome. So that's
Yeah,
really a very positive outlook. I mean, yes, the caveat you did mention was, of course, we're not necessarily going back to those boom years just yet,
yeah,
but it's definitely a positive outlook going forward for the next 12, 24 months.
yeah, 100%.
Fantastic. So my last question, Billy, is what advice would you give other agents to maybe, I don't know, help them capitalize on these opportunities that are coming up or whatever in going forward?
Ooh, well, um, obviously, from what you've said with the speakers, I think you can have some amazing content on here. And as I've said before, after I did the Real Influencers Masterclass, there's content in there will take you to the next level. It's just deeper, and I suggest people have a look at that. But um, just get out there and speak with as many people as possible and connect with as many people as possible.
And that really comes back to your first secret to success, wasn't it? Really about repetition, consistency, but then the type of repetition as well. So not just getting out there and telling everybody how marvelous you are as an agent or whatever, but helping them, trying to understand them, going that extra step, right?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And maybe you keeping costs down. Get a VA and get them to make some calls and clean clean your client base. Clean it up and make sure you've got clean data, and yeah, really connect with people.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you, Billy. It's always a real pleasure to chat with you. And you know what?
Likewise.
I miss seeing you. I've got to I've got to say you're very charismatic, if you
Oh,
don't
thanks.
mind me saying so. And I do really, when I see you, and look at me, you can't see how big the grin is on my face, but that's how you make me feel. Which, to your
Wonderful.
point, is a fantastic attribute to have as an agent. To where people actually really want to talk to you and want to engage with you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what. There's probably another conversation we're going to have to get to that part of the secret. I
No
don't know,
worries.
but
Yeah.
that was fantastic. Thank you so much, and it's been absolutely brilliant as
Oh,
always. Thank you for your time today.
thanks, mate.
Keep up the good work, and I'm absolutely thrilled you've had an amazing month as well. That's fantastic news.